Maybe you've cooked for years. Like, you know how to roast vegetables, you can make pasta, you understand the basics. So why does dinner still feel so hard? Today, we're exploring the difference between knowing how to cook and trusting yourself, right? Your internal guidance while you cook. So welcome back to the Soulful Kitchen table. Pull up a chair, get comfortable, and let's explore this together. We've been taught that if something feels difficult, we simply need more information. Another cookbook, another cooking video, meal plan, another system. Knowledge is valuable, don't get me wrong, but somewhere along the way, many of us quietly begin believing that confidence is something that lives outside of us, waiting in someone else's recipe, right? You have to go see it somewhere else. The more we depend on outside answers, the less we practice making our own decisions from our own internal guidance. We second guess substitutions. We panic when we're missing one ingredient. We abandon recipes halfway through because life changed, right? Or we don't have a certain item, or we get overwhelmed, right? Something about us just stops. Instead of becoming more capable, we have become more cautious. Not because we know less, but because we trust ourselves less. So I invite you to look at it through a different lens, right? Cooking isn't only a technical skill, it's a relationship, right? Every time you taste, every time you substitute, every time you improvise, dad quote, every time you improvise, you're practicing something much bigger than dinner. You're practicing listening. You're practicing adapting. You're practicing trust, right? And the goal isn't memorizing enough recipes to handle every situation, all right? This is not a cooking competition. It's becoming someone who believes she can figure things out. The next time you're missing one ingredient, don't immediately run to the store or shut down. I invite you to pause, okay? And ask yourself, what job is this ingredient actually doing? Could something else do that job? All right, and treat the moment as practice instead of proof that you failed. So for example, it's like if you don't have chili powder, well, you could substitute maybe like paprika or smoked paprika and then add like a little bit of cayenne, you know, because chili powder has that like depth of flavor and then also has that little kick of heat. Or otherwise, if you don't have cayenne or chili flakes or any kind of chili that you have in your pantry, right? You can simply just kind of move and adapt and maneuver. And that's what cooking is all about. So to help you shift this, I invite you to ask yourself a couple questions. Where do you most often look for reassurance while cooking? When was the last time you trusted your own judgment in the kitchen? And what would cooking feel like if every meal wasn't a test? This week, I invite you to simply notice every moment you have this thought of, I need a recipe. Instead of judging yourself, we don't do that here, become curious. What are you actually looking for in that moment? Is it information? Is it reassurance? Thank you so much for spending a little time here at the Soulful Kitchen table with me today. And remember that every conversation we have here is simply an invitation, not to do more, but to notice more. If something resonated with you today, I'd love for you to share it in the comments. Until we gather around the table again, may you meet yourself with curiosity, permission, and trust.